Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I hope that I can help you get on your road to a joyful journey in life. Don't forget to like and subscribe below so you can receive updates when new videos come out. Today, I want to talk on this topic. Don't know if you can see it well, but be the change that you want to see in others. And for the girls that do nails, don't laugh too much at mine. I shouldn't have pointed it out, but I don't do nails right now because I actually work with my hands occasionally. And so it's just what it is. But anyhow, I want to share with you all a few ways that you can become the change that you want to see in others. But first, I want to say why I selected this topic for today's video. A lot of times we will express our issues with other people, maybe to our friends, maybe to the person that is offending us or causing us a little bit of discomfort or displeasure in our life. And we zone right in on what they're doing. You know, it was kind of like the wise proverb that Jesus said, don't be so quick to look at the speck in your brother's eye when you have a log sitting in your own eye. And that's really true because a lot of times, particularly depending on the dynamic of a relationship, sometimes grievances will be the exact thing that you tend to do. I'll give you an example. Children, your own children or stepkids, whomever. I don't really look at steps and adopted kids. I feel like if they're in your family, they're your kids, but I'm just using those adjectives just for description. But your kids tend to reflect or mirror some of the behaviors that you demonstrate toward them back to you. And it doesn't feel so pretty on the receiving end. And what I mean is, if you talk to your kids sarcastically, and they mirror that back to you and respond sarcastically or just in general conversation, and it annoys the heck out of you, it may be something that you need to start changing so you can be that change. You know, if you're in a marital relationship and something that your spouse does annoys you to death, then just self evaluate and see if you're not guilty of the same exact thing that you're bringing to their attention. You know, maybe you say, I need more attention, and they're not showing it to you. Well, are you showing them attention? And if the answer is yes, you know, there's several things, several dynamics that you could go through because I understand the love languages. By the way, if you haven't checked out that book by Gary Chapman, I'd strongly advise looking at the five love languages. It's very informative. But there's all sorts of things that we do that annoy others, and we don't seem to see it because it's us on the giving end rather than the receiving end. But what I'm talking about is being on the receiving end of things that we don't like and or enjoy. So we should be that change. You know, if you're looking for initiative in the workplace or a more of a team effort, so to speak, then start it, do it, initiate something that everyone in your office can benefit from. Okay, there's no reason why you can't start being a change today. And now, with that being said, I understand that there's so many different variables in various types of relationships. And I'm not just saying that that's going to be the say all end all. However, it's okay to move forward in character, okay? No matter what the situation is. Married people, I'm not saying that if your spouse is cheating, if they are verbally abusive, if they are physically abusive, any of that, that you need to stick around and say, hey, I keep my hands to myself. See, you can keep your hands to yourself. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. Sometimes you do have to get away from people. And, you know, I'm not saying tolerate any sort of foolish behavior. I'm simply saying if there's things that's within your power to change, do so. Okay. And accept things that you can't change and keep it moving, keep it rolling, because this is your life. It's only but a small, small space in time. Make sure that you're living your best life. Make sure that your journey is indeed joyful. Okay? And so, how can you practice being the change that you want to see in others? Daily habits. Sometimes you just have to reinforce to yourself things that need to be done. If you need to give yourself a positive affirmation a day and you say, I'm not going to be grumpy, you know, do it. I've adopted a phrase because, you know, I'm here, there, and everywhere. And oftentimes people will say, have a great day. You guys have probably heard me say this in another video. And I always respond with, thank you. My day is great. It's a choice. I made a choice when I woke up. this morning, that was going to be a good day, because while we can control our behavior, we can't control the behaviors of others. But just having that power to control our response is wonderful. It's amazing, especially if you know somebody's trying to get at you, make you upset, make you mad. If you gray rock them, then they just don't know how to handle it. And what do I mean by gray rock for those that are unfamiliar with that term? If you are familiar with like maybe personality disorders or narcissistic abuse, gray rocking is basically no emotion. It doesn't move you. And so what I mean, if that boss or that pesky employee keeps coming by just kind of picking at you, or spouse, whomever, brother, sister, then you gray rock means, oh, that's nice. How interesting, just really don't show a whole lot of emotion toward the foolishness that they're trying to dump in your lap. Because once they don't get that response, oh my goodness, they can't handle it. They don't know what to think. And so you're changing the dynamic of their relationship, and you're taking your power back. Take your power back, people. Okay, don't give it freely to others. Don't just drop it off and never pick it back up. We have all been pushed around at times, and that's not how we want to stay. So I encourage you, when you're changing, always make it be a change for the good, not for the bad. I read a funny quote the other day, and it said, when people treat you like crap and you start doing the same, all of a sudden they get mad. I'm not exactly saying treat them like crap, but well, sometimes people need a little home cooking, don't they? But anyway, just move forward in a positive light to where you are happy internally, and not just happy. The object of this channel is to help you become joyful. And again, remember, joy is not dependent on other people, it's not dependent on external circumstances or money, wealth, fame, clothes, anything tangible. It comes from above, really. It comes from God, but it also stems from within. Okay, you can't let other people drag you down. Allow yourself to have joy, experience joy. And when you do, that light, it really will start shining toward everybody else around you, and people will just be drawn to you like a magnet. So, in closing, go ahead, be the change that you want to see in others, as long as it's positive, guys. Okay, make daily efforts to create those changes by whatever means you need to. If that's saying a daily affirmation to yourself, if that's simply clearing your mind with a little exercise, if it's hanging out with friends who you know will encourage and lift you up, do it. This is your life. Make it joyful, make it peaceful, make it the best you can have, and I guarantee you'll never be the same. Life is good. You guys be blessed. Thank you for watching. Again, hit like and subscribe.